Trey's here to close guard. I'm trying to break him down. There's a few really good ways to put somebody in danger from the closed guard. The two that are the easiest, I think, to learn at first are when we break our partner down, I would like two things to happen. One of two things. Right now, if Trey has a good structure in, let's say I can't pull him down, one really good method is grabbing behind those elbows, buckling him out, and then we can knee pull and bring our partner forward. If you notice, Trey's hands hit the floor. If that happens, this is a really good time to start trapping his arms here. We'll scoot our hips out and we can start working into different things from there. One really good option, the second option that I really like, is instead of going for both arms, you can grab one arm and start to disconnect it from your hips and pull it across. If I can get the elbow across the center line, do a big knee pull, trap the hip. Now we got our partner in some danger, okay? So whenever you're working today, try those methods. If you can start to work your partner's hands to the floor or work their elbow across and do a big knee pull, both of those are really good ways to start attacking your partner, okay? If I'm gonna work this elbow across method, which is, I think, the one that pays off the most because it leads to back takes and sweeps and like a whole little system of different moves, I wanna grab a really good grip behind my partner's elbow, okay? Since we have the gi, go ahead and just grab the gi today. I'm gonna grab the material right behind the elbow, and I'm gonna grab the cuff. When we grab the cuff, guys, a good tip is roll it first. See how I made a little handle? Now my 4 fingers can fit right inside there. Just a basic tip, don't grab with your thumb on the inside of the sleeve. If he starts to like try to break the grip and he winds, like wraps your fingers up in there, if your thumb is on the inside, it can cause your hand to get hurt. So when you grab this, roll it, 4 fingers, and now you got a nice pulling grip. Grab that grip behind the elbow, and now we're gonna do, this is similar to what we do no gi. We're gonna pop the arm up, sorry Trey, and then I pull the elbow across. When I pull the elbow across, I'm kind of twisting that grip. You guys see that? I'm like rotating that grip to where I'm punching, and then I do a big knee pull. Grab the lat. We're unlocking our legs and scooting our hips out. This is our basic sequence when we get the guy's arm across, okay? Now, once he gets the arm across, we're gonna practice kind of what we did last night. He is always gonna be trying to pull himself back to the middle and then pull that elbow back across the center. We need to use that reaction to trap him and keep him in danger. So when you get here, we're trying to pull our partner down. His hands hit the mat, he fights back up. He's on me again, I grab, I pull the arm up, pass it across, big knee pull. We're here, lat grip, scoot your hips out. Trey, as he's fighting back to the middle, guys, go ahead and start working. Look, I start climbing my legs up his back. The higher I can get this leg over his back, the better it is gonna end up being for me. At the moment, Trey's elbow starts to come in front of my belly button. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Look, my leg comes up over his shoulder. And now we have what we want. We got the top lock, okay? So by the time he gets back to the middle, where I'm flat on my back, I have captured his shoulder. Now I'm making sure when I get here, I'm back heeling, raising my hips up, and I'm making sure my head is on the opposite side of that shoulder. If you're here, guys, see how I can move him with my legs and hips? Sometimes we get here, we're like, well, I'm on the wrong side. Sometimes you just gotta move your own legs and hips, okay? And now I have him centered back up. Sometimes he does it for you, but this is where we're trying to be at the end. Test your partner, have him try to rip his arm out. He's gonna be stuck right here, okay? Practice what we have been doing, grabbing the wrist and the thumb right here. If my head is on the opposite side, I can start to raise my hips. I can get an arm bar without even moving my legs. And if you have been here and learned the basic arm bar from here, you can practice the reps. I'm gonna dive under the leg. As I'm back heeling, I shoulder pivot, scraping the leg in front of the head, seat the leg over the neck. Heels driving to the floor, I can get a tap, feet over the head, and get the arm bar from there. Well, guys, there's so many things that can be slightly off, and you gotta know how to deal with them. So let's just jump to it. Let's imagine I'm in the top lock. I've gotten to the top lock, but maybe my top lock isn't perfect. Like I said earlier, my head being on the opposite side of the shoulder that I have controlled is what I want. That shoulder is now really stuck. For him to try to get that out is pretty impossible. But if my head is on this side of his head, now Trey can drive this way and slip his shoulder in. You guys see? Now he could pull his elbow back across and end up back square with me. So we need to know how to adjust, and we can either adjust and attack the regular armbar from our back, or we can do a different option. Let's say I'm here. If I really want to get to a position to where I can get a good armbar before he gets out, I'm gonna start to raise my hips up, and I'm gonna go onto my shoulder. And now I'm gonna take that arm and I'm diving under his leg. And I pulled myself. You guys see that? So if I'm way over here, I'm going up, diving in, pulling my knees back across as I reach under the leg, and I can be back to this position. We can hit our basic armbar. Answer 2. And this usually happens if I feel like he is really going that way. I'm gonna raise my hips up the same way, but now we're gonna go belly down for an armbar. Check this position out, guys. Whenever I'm in an armbar, I'm on my back, or not on my back, on my shoulder, on my hip, facing my partner's head. You will never be able to armbar somebody reliably from here. What's gonna happen is if I throw my leg over, Trey will turn his thumb up, the other way, and pull his elbow back, and now we're here. Head up, drive into me. Look, guys, look, I've lost this armbar. He's gonna slip his elbow now, and now he's passing. So you can never land that armbar from there. So just get used to the fact that you're gonna have to go belly down and face the legs. If I'm facing the head, the armbar is no good. We gotta go across our face and face the legs. So hips up, watch what I do. I'm gonna turn my forehead and belly towards the ground. My knee is going right in front of his head. Look where I go. I'm only gonna be in this position for like a brief moment in time as I continue to follow this hip. But look at my head. I'm on my forehead, not on my face. Don't roll across your face. You do that one time, your body will try to avoid doing that because you're like, that shit hurts, man, my neck hurt. Forehead on the mat. My knee is touching. You guys see? Now I have that arm. I drive the knee to the floor, my hip hits. Look at my shin on the back of his head. That shin, when my hip hits, is folding his head under. Now watch. This arm has to be ready because here comes Trey. He's gonna roll. I gotta catch that leg. Now watch. Everything's tight. I do one hip escape towards the ceiling, my foot clears the head. And now we got it tight, it's on. Watch that again. This is called the juji roll. Juji gatame is the Japanese word for armbar. The juji roll is a belly down roll going from the head to face the legs. It'll force your partner to make a forward roll, and we end up in a perfect armbar position. So I work to your top lock how you practiced earlier. We're here. But maybe my partner is pulling his head to that side, and I feel like he's about to slip that shoulder. Control the arm, raise your hips up. Look at this, I go like a plank almost. Now I'm going belly down, shin in front of the head. Here, look, here we go, shin on the back of the head, I catch the leg. Tiny hip escape, leg over the face.